What's up, my dudes? The Big T sipper, Big T dripping, ripping, Big Daddy fatty dog running it again. Holy crap. Adam Crasharulo. Okay. And yeah, people try to say that I sucked at arcade motocross games. That was cute. That was really cute. Just take a little look-ski at this gameplay here. You know. Anyways, Adam Cianciarulo, let's have a little chat about that, right? So, yeah, this is basically started from the very beginning of his 250 career. You know, he came out swinging, a lot of people said literally James Stewart level speed on the 250F when he first got into it, won his very first Supercross race, and started having the crashes. And then having the more crashes, and then that's what caused his 250 career to go through this spiral of basically nothing for like 5 years. And then he finally comes out and starts doing pretty good there, like the last 2 years of his Supercross on the 250, and then this very last year on the 250 in Supercross, literally had the Supercross title in the bag, and just slides the bike over on like a weird dry spot at Vegas and loses the Supercross title. And then he goes on to win the 250 motocross title. But I just have to say this. Most people do not get the amount of time on a full-blown, you know, pro circuit level 250 team like Adam Cianciarulo did. Like most of the guys that have crashes like Adam Cianciarulo, they get kicked off that kind of team in like 2 years. So I would say he needs to consider himself very lucky. I guess that was just the relationship he's built with Mitch Payton over all those years, or all that success at Loretta Lynn's, you know, amateur side of things on that exact team. I think that all kind of played into his hands by allowing him to stay on the pro circuit team for like 6+ years on the 250. It don't normally go that way, right? It normally goes like you get 2 years, whether or not you're crashing or not, and if you ain't winning in 2 years, you're basically not going to stay on that caliber of a team. It's pretty much that cutthroat. So let's fast forward into the 450 class. You know, Adam Cianciarulo comes out swinging in 450 Supercross. Damn near wins his first 450 Supercross race, too. I think he was leading it, like, right there last 2 or 3 laps, and had one little slip-up, and then it was Barsha that passed him and won. But anyways, done exceptionally well, like those first 5 Supercross races that he had in the 450 class. And then he's got this weird issue where he's not just crashing a lot, but it's like he's having the same kind of crash. If any of you guys have realized, it's like too loose of a front end. I almost feel like it's something with the way he sets his bike up, or, you know, something that he's doing on the bike specifically that is causing losing the front end in the corners and in different places. I mean, there has just been too many occasions to even count over the past 2 or 3 years that he has lost his front end leading a race. I mean, I think it's happened like 4 or 5 times this year in the outdoor series. He'll rip that whole shot like James Stewart and then lose his front end and then go to the mid-pack. He's done that so many times. But either way, I think he hurt himself a little bit towards either the end of his first 450 Supercross season, and then it was kind of like a replay in outdoors, I believe. I can't remember exactly how all that went down. But then in 2021 Supercross, it was kind of the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he did pretty good in some races, but then had some of those front end, losing the front end, you know, crashing. And I feel like this 2021 was really the year for Adam Cianciarulo to prove his shit on the 450, right? Because, yeah, everybody gets that first rookie year to have all those mistakes, but if you don't prove something pretty serious in that second year, whoo, good luck, bro. That's all I got to say. And I feel like we're getting to that point now. 2021 outdoors, Adam Cianciarulo is doing pretty good, then losing his front end left and right, and then now he's out for outdoors. Has he even completed a full series in the 450 class, like Supercross or Motocross, like made it to every single race of either one of the years that he's been in 450 class? I don't think he has. I don't think he's actually finished every race in any of the series that he's ran in the 450 class yet, which is not good. That's not a very good indicator of potential champion. You know, he's going to have to get his shit together, I guess is what I'm saying, or he's going to have like a replay of Tomac's 3 or 4 years that he almost won the Supercross title but then didn't. You know, the super fast guy that crashes is always going to get beaten by the slower guy, the slower, more consistent guy. You know, it goes into that turtle beats the hare kind of scenario. I've seen it happen time and time again in Supercross and Motocross. I mean, look at James Stewart. He only has 2 Supercross titles. And most people consider him the fastest guy to ever ride a fucking dirt bike. And he's only won 2 Supercross titles. It's like, just think about that. Like, Chad Reed's only won 2. Cooper Webb's won 2 at this point already. Like, you would certainly probably consider James Stewart better than Chad Reed and Cooper Webb by, like, times 2. At least I would. I mean, Chad Reed's a big dog, don't get me wrong, but, like, Stewart was just on that whole nother level. But he never was able to get the championships like a Carmichael or a McGrath because he didn't have that little ounce of, okay, you don't have to literally be flipping over the bars or winning in every single race. In Carmichael's like that a little bit, but Carmichael just found a way to get it done at the end of the day when it came to championship, you know, multiple years in a row. He never lost an outdoor championship. I mean, you got to be some kind of consistent to do that. Even though Carmichael's out of control as hell, it was out of control but in control to him. I feel like James Stewart was just fucking out of control, period. You know, and sometimes it turned into these magical once-in-a-lifetime rides, and then other times it turned into, okay, you just lost the championship in one race type situation, right? So with Cianciarulo, I don't want him to fall into that same thing where he may go out there and start doing really good in Supercross and winning 4 or 5 main events in a row and then have one crash and lose the entire championship. I just feel like at this point, Cianciarulo has crashed so much in his career and lost his front end so much in his career. Now it's becoming a thing. You know, it's like people know Cianciarulo for getting out front early and then losing his front end. You know, getting out front, doing really good in the race, and then crashing out. He's like literally that's becoming attached to his name at this point. It's how he lost his Supercross title. His very first one that he attempted in 2014. That's how he lost his one that he had in the bag. I mean, it's like, holy crap, bro. I mean, I get, you know, you want to go as fast as you can and everything, but, like, there's a point where it's like, is it worth having a crash and losing the title? No. And I understand. Trust me, I've rode plenty of motocross in real life. Sometimes you just can't control crashes. Sometimes they just happen, right? But there's a reason why Dungey barely ever crashed. Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, even though you can still crash out of nowhere, there's a reason why Jeremy Martin is crashing all over the place, and Cianciarulo is crashing all over the place, and Tomac used to be crashing quite a bit, but he's kind of got his shit together. There is a certain level of how much you ride over your head that does really make a difference in how much you're going to crash. You know, Cianciarulo's going plenty fast. He don't need to push the envelope. He don't need to push that edge. He's already going fast enough. But I think he's also got some physical ailments that are still hitting him pretty hard. I think they spoke about that in 2021 Motocross. He's still got some stuff that's got to be like fixed and worked on, or he doesn't have like full control in one arm or elbow or some shit, something like that. So yeah, but I think at this point, it's like if Cianciarulo does not come out and just finish a series, he's not going to be on that team for very much longer. I mean, I hate to say it, but I have to make this video because that's how cutthroat this shit is, man. You know how many guys have done really amazing in the 250 class, then they get in the 450 class, and if they're not winning, they get kicked off in like 2 or 3 years, right? I mean, Webb was on the verge of just getting kicked out of the shit. Aaron Plessinger, I feel like, was on the verge of that as well. Then they kind of got their act together a little bit. So it's like it's that time now for Cianciarulo to get his shit together, period, or he's not going to have a top-tier 450 ride anymore. Like, yeah, you can start, you know, going down the tier and go to Rocky Mountain, ATV, MC, kind of team or whatever, but you're not going to stay on a, pro circuit level or Star Yamaha. You're not going to stay on that kind of level if you continue to crash like Cianciarulo crashes. I'm just saying. So, either way, and I love Cianciarulo to death. I mean, he's probably one of my favorite riders out there. He really is. I think he's a good personality. He speaks his mind. He's a cool dude, I have absolutely nothing against Cianciarulo at all in the slightest way. That's kind of why I'm making this video. I want it, not that he's ever going to see this shit, obviously, but it's fun to talk about it, and I feel like it's important for him to, and of course he's doing everything he can. I get it. Like, I'm not in his shoes, right? But it's to that point where it's like, if he's in the lead, or if let's say he's in second in a 450 main event, and it gets down to the last 5 or 6 laps, dude, just take the second. Don't push it over your head to try to win one main event. I feel like Cianciarulo is so stuck on that. He's so stuck on that, just win that one main event, that one night. He doesn't think enough about the championship. He doesn't think enough about championship mindset, take that second and third here and there, but then you get the crown at the end, right? It's like he's trying to chase that 450 win shit or something. I don't know what he's doing exactly, but he's got to figure out that front end washing out problem that he's having, because that's happening way too much. But yeah, man, there ain't no telling what's gonna happen. But it'll be exciting next year. Hopefully he gets all fully healed up, repaired, and everything he's got to do to be ready for Supercross. But either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.